no.
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
His team hasn't won a national championship since before he was even born.
Diggs gone for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby? Let's go. Come on.
Come back, Kelly.
I love college football.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll. Roll RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to C&B Sports. We're here once again to talk some college football. It's been a very long time. Haven't been here in a minute. Can't get these guys to do a podcast. I'm busy too. I can't say nothing. Josh is still crying over the Alabama loss. Clemson, I don't know what they're doing for Preston. Bryson, Florida, yeah. But anyways, welcome back, guys. How was y'all's break from the podcast? How's y'all summer going? We'll start off with Josh.
Summer's going good, man. It's just been really hot. I know it's hot up there where y'all are. That's like a different kind of heat up there.
Yeah.
It's like the hottest place in the world. Yeah, man, don't put tears in my eyes. I'm not crying because Alabama lost to Georgia. I mean, it's going to happen eventually, you know. But the summer's been going great. Just looking forward to, you know, this college football season coming up. Got a lot of good games coming up, especially the first couple of weeks of college football. Yep, got my top 10 games written down like you requested.
Yeah.
Got the cheat sheet off of Preston's. You know, he sent his a little early.
Yeah.
You know, he just can't wait. You know,
I know. I was trying to get it to be a surprise for everybody, and I was like, well,
Just don't look at him.
Of course. I mean, I didn't base it off of because all year I didn't base it off all years because like you had like 3 Notre Dame games, and there ain't no way in hell.
Oh, come on. I don't even want to get into this already. That is a brand, and everybody knows it.
Anyway, Preston, you're already talking. How's your summer going, and how's your break?
Summer's been good. I kind of got to like rest my hat a little bit. Like I've been all Clemson football, and I'm always gonna be, and I always have been. But it was nice, a little break. I got to watch my Braves win a national or world championship, so that was nice. I didn't have to like cry myself to sleep every night that Clemson got knocked out and didn't make the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. And Georgia finally lucked into one, so that was nice to be able to, you know, see it. But it's been good, really hot, like Josh said. Yeah, I'm excited for football, and been really watching the recruiting rankings for the next couple seasons, man. There's some good teams coming together, and one of those is going to be wearing orange and purple, located in Clemson, South Carolina. It's going to be some hell for other teams for the next couple years.
Oh, my God. Okay, Bryson, we saved the best for last. I know you loved that comment right there. How was your break from the podcast? How's everything going for you?
Jesus Christ. It's been hot. It must be nice to work in the AC. I'm tired of the damn heat. I love all the recruiting. We're doing pretty good. I believe in our season. Billy and Napier making a lot of moves on improvements. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for us this year, but I'm just ready for college football to be back.
Gotcha. I'm ready for football to be back in general. College football, NFL, whatever, you know, anything for me works. But anyways, this week we're going through before we might talk about some other things first. But the main thing we're going to do this week is we're giving our top 10 games for the 2022 season. Our favorite games. It could be our favorite games, the best games, however you want to do it. Well, I just told them a brief top 10. We're all going to give our top 10. But before we get into that, is there anything anybody wants to talk about that's going on in the off season? I know, Josh, we were going to do it a long time ago. We had the Nick Saban versus Jimbo Fisher matchup.
Oh, yeah.
You want to say anything about that?
Bring it.
Does anybody want to talk about anything that's going on in the off season?
I mean, can you not? I'm sorry. I'll let Josh go. That's his team. I'll let that boy go.
Go ahead,
Well,
Josh.
I just not really surprised, but, you know, Jimbo got really defensive and did everything he could to throw Nick Saban under the bus. Like, everything he could to throw Nick Saban under the bus. SEC Media Days was today, and they did ask Will Anderson and Jordan Battle, you know, what they thought about the comments Jimbo Fisher made, and both of them kind of shied away from it, except Will Anderson said that we'll take care of that problem when the game happens. I'm paraphrasing. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that matchup. It was really immature of Jimbo Fisher to do what he done. Nick Saban did cross the line by throwing a team out there but he did not say that they were breaking the rules. And then less than 2 weeks later, a video comes out of one of their coaches on the field breaking the rules using NIL money to recruit players, telling these guys that if they come here, the guys in those seats up there will be paying them large sums of money. And it was like 2 weeks right after Nick Saban said that Texas A&M bought that whole recruiting class. I mean, this is a team that has signed maybe 1 5-star over the past 7 years, and all of a sudden they have 8 5-stars on one class. So, and we know how that Texas oil money is, and you can't have coaches using the NIL for recruiting, and that's basically what they're doing. But Nick Saban crossed the line, but Jimbo took it way too far.
All I gotta say is week 6,
Bryce.
baby. Bama is going to tear that ass up, and I can't wait.
That might be one.
We'll get into the game. Let's not talk too much about.
I wanted to say something on that though. Like, if you're an Alabama fan, are you not a little worried? Like what Jimbo said, he said to dig into his closet. There's going to be some things in there you're not going to like to see. Like, is that not worrisome? The guy literally said, "Look, he's done some bad things in his life. Like, look it up." Dig into it. Let's see this. Let's air out his dirty laundry. Like if you're an Alabama fan, like you kind of got you got to be a little worried. Nobody's perfect. But if does Jimbo know something that we don't? But you haven't heard anything since.
I mean, there's a lot.
You haven't heard anything. But I know y'all saw it. Y'all know y'all saw it. Texas A&M.
See what Urban Meyer's done in his past.
Hey, he was on the staff. So
yeah, with
LSU. Is he throwing himself under the bus as well? None of the other coaches are doing that. All the other coaches are praising Nick Saban for giving them the opportunity. Listen to Kirby Smart talk about Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, Mario Cristobal. All these guys. All it is Jimbo Fisher with his panties in a wad because, he's still upset about the debacle at Florida State that he's done with Jameis Winston. It's just Jimbo Fisher is real immature to talk about another professional that way in front of the cameras. That should have never went down like that.
He's been real unprofessional the entire time. I mean, the way he left Florida State, the whole thing that he led on LSU and Notre Dame, and like he had them like opening their checkbooks up and like really like gearing up to land this massive coach, and then to just land at Texas A&M. We all know the reason he went to Texas A&M was for the money, but he led on A&M, FSU, and Notre Dame all for the money. Like they were all expecting to land him, but none of them had like you said, the oil money in Texas runs deep, and they were the one that opened the checkbook the most. But like they said, like I know we all saw it, and I think Josh is the one that like put it in the group chat. Texas A&M helmet, they literally say ATM. So I mean, Texas money is real.
Hey, it's Texas 8-4, not A&M.
Bryson, any comments before we move on?
All I gotta say is God bless A&M. God bless them when they face Bama. I told Chris, I said, this is the year for Alabama. They're pissed. I'm calling it the revenge tour. They're going to go undefeated. I feel bad for every team that has to face Bama this year. It's going to be ugly. Saban's pissed. Them boys are pissed. Yeah, it's going to be a good year for Alabama this year.
All right. Well, is there any other, we've had some other off-season topics going on. We didn't, we wasn't necessarily going to talk a lot of off-season this week, but is there anything anybody in particular want to talk about before we move on? All right, we're good to go. All right, because this is probably going to take a minute to go through our top 10 games. But before we do that, also, did anybody have a rant they wanted to go get off their chest? We haven't done that in a while either. So I got one, I think, that was from a while back. I wanted to talk about. I can't remember if I talked about it last time. Anyway, okay. Has anybody been going through the drive-thru lately? Is anybody going through the Checkers drive-thru?
They're the worst. They are pretty bad.
No. The damn thing's got a voice automated freaking drive-thru. It blew my fucking mind. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better not to cuss on here. But damn, it blew my mind. It scared the shit. I get up to the Checkers drive-thru. This was months ago. Get up there, drive through. The thing said, I forgot what it said. It said, "Hello, how are you doing?" or something. And I said, "What the fuck?" And I said that like right through the speaker. I said that, and like I knew what I wanted when I got up to the window. But then it took me like 10 minutes to order because it just blew my mind. Like, why do we need an automated drive-through? They have people, the person's working there. Why can't they take my order? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And, I get sometimes I like the, going to grocery stores and being able to pay for myself when I have a few items, being able to bag my own groceries. I don't mind that. My dad hates it. But there's a lot of people that hate it, but, you're taking jobs, whatever. But anyway, it's just a lot of things going on like that. I just didn't understand it. And I probably ranted about it. If you'd had the rant before the day of, I ranted for like 30 minutes about it. I mean, I was so aggravated with it. I went through there, and it was actually pretty fast. And they got my order right, surprisingly. The voice automated thing got my order right. So that's the only drive-through.
Hey, then what are you complaining about, man? I'm more for a touch screen that I could pull up to and put in exactly what I want, because these fast food workers really like to mess up your order. I mean, really bad. I go to Taco Bell and I want hot. They ask me if I want sauce, and I want hot, and then I get it, and I don't have any sauce in my bag.
Yeah, and I took a chance today too. I went to the Popeyes on Bellow Road because I didn't know what I wanted. Well, I know we've had this rant before.
Oh God!
But damn, there was 2 people in front of me. It took 30 minutes, and they had no carbonation. You had to order lemonade or soda, and they only had spicy They only had spicy tenders. Like, they're always out of everything. It just.
Y'all been to the gas stations and they have like touch screen checkout things, like you check yourself out, you bag your own stuff at the gas station?
That blows my mind too.
That's the weirdest thing to me. That's so weird.
Like, some people it's just the voice. I didn't like the voice automated drive-through.
Automated.
I didn't like that, but I don't mind the whole touch screen and doing stuff myself. But anyway, let's get into the top 10 games, because I'm gonna blow a gasket if I keep going on about it. But we're going to start at number 10 for everybody. We're going to go through everybody. I even did my top 10 games, so we'll start at number 10 and we'll go all the way to 1. Everybody can talk about each game. What are you all shitting about? You didn't rank them?
Sorry. No, I didn't rank. I think it's going to be top.
All right, well, Bryson, you'll go last. Hey, you'll go last. Come up with what you think is going to be number 10.
I mean, I know. I can do that. I can do that. I'm ready.
We're going with Preston first. We'll start off with Preston if he's ready. Since I know he already had his written down. Preston,
Clemson.
What is your number 10 game for the upcoming 22 season?
2022, Preston's top 10 game, number 10. I got Alabama and Auburn in the Iron Bowl. I think it's a great game. Obviously, it could determine the SEC West, who owns Alabama, the state of Alabama. I think it's going to be a great game. It always is. It's going to be in Jordan Hare this year, or Jordan Hare. Is it not Jordan Hare?
Mm-hmm.
It's in Tuscaloosa, because that's not what it said on ESPN.
All right. Well,
but that's
somebody look that up.
I'm almost 95% sure that it is in. It's in Auburn. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think you're going to have 2 of the best teams in the country. Obviously, it doesn't matter if Auburn's 6-6 or 2-10. They always seem to give Alabama a tough time. And even if this game is not in Tuscaloosa, I do believe it's in Auburn this year. I just think it's going to be a great game, and I'm really looking forward to it. I always am.
Gotcha. I was looking it up.
That game's in Tuscaloosa because Auburn almost upset Alabama last year in Auburn. Auburn will be lucky to win 2 SEC games this year. They shot themselves in the foot.
Who's the quarterback?
It is in Tuscaloosa. It doesn't matter. I still chose it.
They shot themselves in the foot trying to accuse that coach of adultery to get him out. There's all kind of issues going over there on the plains behind the scenes. I'll be surprised if Auburn wins 2 SEC games this year.
Who's the quarterback? Anyway, I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Okay. Anyway, all right, Josh, we'll go to you. What's your number 10 game?
I also have an Auburn game. I got Penn State at Auburn.
Oh, missed it.
So this game last year went down to the wire. Now, Bo Nix, Auburn's golden boy, left out of there, which threw up a red flag for me. What's going on at Auburn? Why would Bo Nix transfer? You know, his daddy was a player there. His whole family's tied to Auburn. He was the golden child over there. Don't understand really why he transferred. But, so last year that game was at Penn State. This year it's going to be down in Auburn on the Plains. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Auburn can do, you know, seeing what they can do against a Big Ten, middle of the pack Big Ten school, I would call. Penn State.
Bryson, who you got?
My number 10, I got Appalachian State and Georgia Southern. Two underdog teams. I think this is going to be a real high-scoring game. It's just those are two teams you just got to watch out for when they come to your town, and I think this will be a great game.
Oh, I was going between two games here. Do I want to put Notre Dame on here or do I not? And I don't think I am. I had them written down. I think I'm going to go with one off the board here. I'm going to go Cincinnati and UCF, the battle of the teams that always think they're in it and always think they're national champions. I think, could be a good game. I don't know if UCF's good anymore. I'm not going to lie to you. I know Cincinnati had a big year last year, but they lost their best defensive player and they lost their quarterback, obviously. But, we'll see what they can do. But, I just wanted to go off the board. I had game you guys will probably have in the upcoming Notre Dame and Ohio State. That's not on my list. So I refuse to put, because I hate both teams. I'm not going to root for either team. So I'm probably more going to root for Ohio State, but I couldn't do it.
So Gus Malzahn is the coach at Central Florida. He was the coach at Auburn.
God.
He had the best record. He had the best record against Nick Saban in the SEC. He is a tricky coach, and I look for them to actually be pretty good. So that is a good game to have on your top 10.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had to put it at number 10. I actually just changed it, and I totally forgot he had moved there. You guys know more college football than I do. I'm more of an NFL guy, but we'll go ahead and get into number 9 here. We'll start off with Brian. I don't know if Bryson's ready, so we'll start off with you, Josh. What you got at number 9?
All right, let's see. We have Miami at Texas A&M. Now, there's a lot of buzz going around the Miami camp with Mario Cristobal leaving Oregon and headed down there. They are pulling in some top-notch recruits out of South Florida down there.
I'll tell you.
Miami at Texas A&M.
Yep, you're good.
Am I back?
Go.
Yeah. So just looking to see what Mario Cristobal has done down there, and at Texas A&M, isn't looking ahead to any of their games ahead of the time. But yeah, I'm going with Miami at Texas A&M with number 9.
All right, Bryson, we'll go to you. Who you got?
Number 9, I got week 1, North Carolina going to Appalachian State. Had to put App State in there again. Like I said, just one of those underdog schools. I just think it's going to be a good game.
Gotcha. Yeah, Bryson's like me. He went with some of the little bit of the off-the-wall games, I think. I think later down my board I didn't, but I did go for a couple, try to go for a couple off-the-wall games. Preston, who you got?
Number 9 game, I've got Alabama, Arkansas. I think that could be a pretty interesting game. I really don't know if Arkansas is going to be able to maintain what they had the last season and build off of that. But if they can, I think this week 5 matchup could make some noise, or not make some noise, but could mean something in the West SEC. So I think I'm actually really interested to see it. I really want to see if Arkansas is for real. So that's why I've got them at number 9.
Yeah, I got a few Arkansas games on here myself. But I'm going to go with one of Preston's favorite games here. I didn't put it as high as probably he has it. I'm going with NC State and Clemson. I know Preston's probably going to be able to talk about it a little bit more, but aren't they both in the top 10, Preston?
Yes, I believe they are. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, anyway, I'd like to see NC State beat Clemson. I'm not going to lie. Clemson maybe have a tough game, and somehow maybe it's not a tough game. That's probably the toughest game Clemson's going to play all year. It's going to be exciting to see Clemson actually play somebody besides Wake Forest. So excited for that. But I couldn't put them any higher than number 9. I know Preston's probably got them a little bit higher.
I definitely do.
Yeah, he's got that game a little bit higher. I don't know much about the ACC. I'm not going to lie to you, but that is week 5. Where are they playing at, Preston?
Clemson.
Gotcha. All right. Next game, Bryson. You ready? We'll go to you.
Yes, sir.
Number 8.
Number 8, I got what Chris just mentioned: Clemson and Wake Forest.
No, Clemson, NC State, or Clemson, Wake Forest?
Clemson, Wake Forest.
Okay, you got a different game than I do. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. At number 8.
Oh, time out. What the hell you got Wake Forest on your damn list for?
Oh shit!
Who the hell watches a Wake Forest game? They play Clemson every year. Anyway, go ahead. Is Wake Forest good? Maybe Wake Forest. Actually, Wake Forest was ranked last year, wasn't it? Go ahead.
They played in the ACC championship game.
All right. Go ahead, Bryce. Go ahead, tell me about it.
That's it.
Why are you excited for it?
I mean, hell, you just got me.
All right. Well, at least it's low on your board.
Well, since I just got cussed out, I mean, Wake
No,
Forest had a good season this year. You know, I know a lot of Clemson. You know, Clemson trying to make a comeback for DJ Ukulele, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's going to do anything. But I think Wake Forest going to whoop that ass.
Back to the DGA ukulele.
The Demon Deacons. The Demon Deacons.
Hey, maybe that'll be a game of the week. Maybe that'll be a game of the week in the upcoming. All right, Preston. Preston, what you got? Number 8.
My number 8 matchup, I've got Michigan and Iowa. I think it's going to be a great game. I think Iowa is looking for a little bit of redemption after their butt spanking in the Big Ten championship game. That's the second time in a row that Iowa's been present in the Big Ten championship game and have been absolutely embarrassed. Michigan owned them that entire 60 minutes they played en route to getting their ass kicked by Georgia in the Orange Bowl. So I think it's going to. I'm getting the finger because I've got an Iowa fan to my right. I think it's gonna be a really good really good matchup. Iowa always plays very physical. That's their makeup. They play really big, corn-fed boy ball. I mean, that's just what they do. They play a big offensive line. They're really relevant on the run game, offensive line, defensive line. So we'll see. I think Michigan's gonna have a little bit more talent, but I'm really excited to see it. This game is in Iowa, so it's going to be an interesting matchup to see if Iowa is going to be able to avenge the loss.
I'm trying to remember that game. I thought the Iowa-Michigan game, wasn't it like 10-3, or maybe I'm thinking of a different game? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different
It was a
game.
blowout from the beginning.
Gotcha. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. All right, Josh, what you got? What are we on, number 8?
Yep, number 8. I have the same game. Michigan at
We're losing Josh. We are losing. We are losing Josh.
I got a screenshot that.
That can be your phone picture. We'll edit this out. It's all good. No big deal. I think he got kicked out this time. Maybe he gets kicked out once. Maybe he'll be.
Well, he did say that his number 8 game was Michigan Iowa as well. We're gonna just.
Yeah, Michigan, Iowa. We'll go to number 7. You've already talked. You good? All right. Anything you want to say about Michigan, Iowa?
Just if Michigan's defensive line could do the same thing they did last year and stop the run.
Did they lose? No, you're good. You're good now. Did they lose a few on defensive line? I know they lost one guy, but I don't know if they lost. I'm trying to think who else they lost. I'd have to remember.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to expand a little bit. I don't really keep up with Big Ten too much, but I figured that game would be pretty good. I didn't want to go SEC all the way down, even though SEC.
Honestly, it was very hard.
Time out. Time. Bryson, what the hell are you laughing at?
The best part is Josh was frozen out of nowhere. Yeah, the defensive line is going to be looking pretty good this year.
All right. We'll go ahead. Let's get in. We'll go ahead and get into number 7. We'll get into number 7. I'll start off this time.
Shit.
If I can get to the game. What did I do? If I can get to the game. Number 7. No, hold on. I didn't do my number 8. I'm sorry. I didn't do my number 8. It's my last one. Number 8, I got a game that is every year. I think these teams can be pretty good. They play a lot, but week 12, Tennessee, South Carolina. I don't know. I think Tennessee is going to be better this year. South Carolina, obviously, don't they have what's his name at quarterback now? Who they got at quarterback?
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, and then you got Tennessee. They got Hooker at quarterback. He's a senior. Tennessee might step up and do something this year. You never know. I don't know. I think that's going to be a good game. Both teams, got decent quarterbacks. I'm not sure about the defense and anything else, but I don't know. I think that could be a pretty even matchup, pretty exciting game. Me personally. So that's what I got at number 8. Bryson, we'll go to you. Number 7. Who you got?
Number 7? Yes. Number 7, I got Utah and Florida. ESPN has Utah at 1.5. I'll be honest with you.
You got them favored by 1.5 or plus 1.5?
Yes. Utah's favored 1.5. I don't see it. I think they're going to put a whooping on us. Like I said, we're rebuilding this year, so like I said, but I think it's going to be I hope it's a good game. I have a gut feeling. I'd
Who's
say
Florida got at
it is,
quarterback? Who'd they keep at quarterback? I forgot. Which one did they keep?
He's
They
no
got
longer
they
called
got
AR-15.
You can't say AR. No AR. No.
AR-15.
No.
So it's Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
This is Anthony Richardson.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know.
No,
What happened to
no
the other
AR.
guy? What happened to the other guy again?
No.
What happened to the other quarterback?
Avery Jones. Avery
Jones
Jones with the Arizona State University.
That's right.
ASU.
Okay. Maybe he'll do some big things there. All right, Josh, what you got? Number 7.
Cincinnati at Arkansas. We'll see if Cincinnati can hang with middle of the pack SEC West team. We'll see what Arkansas can do. Make a statement for the conference there, and send Cincinnati back with a loss is what I'm going for.
Yeah,
So
Arkansas
number 7 game.
They were pretty good last year. They had a pretty good defense, if I remember correctly. Preston, who you got? Number 7.
My number 7 matchup, I've got a future SEC game. I've got Alabama visiting Texas. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I don't think Texas is going to have much for Alabama, but I'd be very interested to watch that game. Maybe Texas pulls out a couple things. I mean, they got a couple coaches over there that used to work at Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. I know the head coach did. So, I mean, I don't really know how much that's going to equate to a good matchup. I don't think it's going to be close to the end of the score, but I'm actually just very interested to see what that environment's going to be like over there in what is it, Austin, Texas. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what the future SEC rivalry is going to be like.
When do they go to the SEC again? What is it, 2025?
2024? 4 or 5?
Something like that. All right. I was just wondering. I didn't know how soon it was. I can't remember. All right.
25.
My number 7 game, I got the same as Bryson. I went Utah, Florida. Utah and Florida. Could be a good game. I don't know how good Florida is. Maybe Richardson, AK-14, whatever you call him. whatever you call him. Maybe he has a good year. He's got the size. I thought he had the talent. I thought he got the size. I thought he had the talent. Some games, some off, some not. But maybe I don't know much about Utah, to be honest. Besides they're always in the middle of the pack somewhere. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, these guys know the college football more than I do. But that's one of the games I'm looking forward to. Let's go to number 6. We'll go to Preston. Number 6. Who you got?
Number 6, I do have the NC State Clemson game. It's in Clemson. Clemson's looking for a little revenge from last year, losing in overtime to those what are they, Wolfpacks? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a great matchup. I'm very interested to see if DJ is going to actually be the quarterback that we saw a couple of years ago, or if he's going to end up being habitually bad like Spencer Rattler. So time will only tell, but I think it's going to be a very interesting game. It's in Clemson. NC State doesn't typically do terribly bad in Clemson, but they also don't do terribly good. So I think if Clemson's playing the way they should, I think it should be an easy victory for Clemson. But I'm excited to see, like they've spoken about earlier, the revenge tour for the Tigers and route to their 3rd national championship in 6 years.
Bryson, you okay over there, bud?
Yeah, my just got a fat ass thumb.
All right, well, go ahead and go for number 6.
Number 6. All right. Number 6, I got an SEC matchup, week 3. Mississippi State and LSU. I think Mississippi State's going to be a little sleeper this year, maybe. I got them going maybe like 8-4 this year, maybe. I just think it's going to be a good game.
Gotcha. All right. Josh, who you got?
I got the week 1 matchup in Atlanta, Georgia versus Oregon. Let's see if Georgia has any bit of a hangover, because Oregon's going to come in hungry, ready to prove what they can do. I know that they're under a new head coach. I look for Oregon to maybe keep it close for a little bit, but Georgia should have the talent to pull away late.
Okay. Thought you were about to say something else. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Georgia, to be honest with you. They did lose a lot of players. We'll see. What did I pick? I picked a good game we saw, I believe, in one of the championship games last year. Week 5, you got Oklahoma State at Baylor. That was a good game we saw. I think it's at Baylor, week 5. That was a good game we saw in the championship. I believe it was one of the championship games last year was 21-16. I forgot who won. Baylor won. Baylor won. And I don't know. I just, seeing one of those games last year, and I'm kind of excited, looking forward to it. I believe it came down to a final play. And the quarterback for Oklahoma State threw like 4 picks, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So let's go ahead. Bryson, what was that game? Just it's blowing my mind. What was the high scoring game we watched that we streamed? Do you remember?
That was
The quarterback got hurt.
I mean,
Matt Corral.
Ole Miss and
Ole Miss and Baylor. Was it Ole Miss and Baylor?
Yeah, that was what, the Cotton Bowl? Sugar Bowl?
Yeah, I think it was Ole Miss and Baylor. Yeah, it was Ole Miss and Baylor. Yep. I'm looking for. I don't know if they play again, but that was a hell of a game last year. I don't remember that. I thought that was this game. Not gonna lie to you, but I do remember this game too because I remember it coming down close to the end. All right, let's go to number 5. Josh, we'll go to you. Who you got at number 5?
All right, we got Alabama at Texas in Austin. The Big 12 picked this game up with their network. Fox is going to carry the game, and are they a bunch of idiots over there? Big noon kickoff for Alabama and Texas. It'll be 11 a.m. Central Time in Austin, Texas. If Texas was to upset Alabama, the time of the kickoff may play a role into it. It may play a role into it. That's an early kickoff. But I'm like with Bryson. I think Alabama has a chip on their shoulder. They got arguably the best quarterback in the nation and then the best defensive player in the nation on the same team. So we will see what they can do against Texas.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, me and Bryson's been talking about it. I think Alabama's going undefeated. I think Georgia's not going to do as good this year. We'll see. And I like that running back they got from Georgia Tech too. So yeah, I think that's if they didn't pass the ball so much, I think he would be one of the sleeper. I don't know if he is. I'm guessing he's the number 1 starter. Is he a starter?
Yeah, he'll be part of the 1-2 punch.
He was my sleeper for Heisman. Where did the other running back go? Y'all had? I'm sorry. Didn't he go somewhere?
One of them. So
Robinson.
Robinson. He's done.
Okay, he got drafted.
He was 4. No, he was 4. Yeah, he got drafted.
Okay.
You got one guy who now plays for Texas. He's not the starter because Bijan Robinson is the starter.
That's
Keelan Robinson.
Yeah.
He did not play the 2020 season. Got his rings from that season, the Rose Bowl, the SEC, and the national championship rings. And they came up on an episode of Pawn Stars where he sold them, which I can't blame him because he wasn't a part of it. He wasn't a part of the team. Like, he sat out due to COVID in 2020, but he still received all of the accolades, and he ended up pawning them. But Texas does have a few of our old coaches there, and they have Jaleel Billingsley, the big tight end that Alabama had, who really couldn't wrap his mind around what Saban was trying to do. He's still a great athlete, but you have a few guys over there that know the playbook, so we'll see what they can do.
Best I can do is $20.
Pawn Stars, is that still around? I don't think I still watch it sometimes, but
yeah, they're still around.
I didn't know they still did TV. All right, Bryson, what you got at number 5?
Number 5, Chris, I actually have Baylor and Oklahoma State. Both had great seasons last year. I was a big fan of Baylor. They're really, I don't know why I got so attached to them last year, but I love that team now. I think they're going to have another great year, but I think it's going to be a battle in the trenches.
All right, Preston, who you got, number 5?
Number 5, I've got Oregon and Georgia week 1. I think it's going to be a great game. I exactly the same thing that Josh said. I think it's going to be close for a little while. I think Georgia's got the superior talent. But that's one of those things. If you're going to get a hangover, you've got the coach that coached your defense to a national championship. He might come out and punch you in the mouth early and just try to hold on. And then, if Georgia's like stumbling out of the blocks, that could be a problem for them. But I like Georgia in that game. But I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. You got, familiar faces on both sides. So it's going to be a great game, I think.
Gotcha. All right, number 5, I got a game that I think we're going to anyway. Georgia, Florida, week 9. We're supposed to be going to that game. I don't know yet. I'm hoping we're going to that game. That's why I'm looking forward to it, to be honest, because we're supposed to be there. I've never been to a Georgia-Florida game. So, yeah, just the atmosphere and stuff. Technically, if I'm going to it, should be number 1, but I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking Georgia should be able to put down Florida, but you never know. I'm not as high. I don't know how
Y'all will.
Georgia's going to be
Y'all will.
this year. Bryson, you're supposed to be going to the game too, man. You gotta have some faith.
I'm telling you, this ain't it, boss. This year is not our year. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna tell you, we got two records in mind.
You gotta have some hope, especially going to the game. You better have hope.
You want some hope? We're going 6-6. We're gonna break 500.
What if you're undefeated going into this? What if you're undefeated going into that game?
Well, I'll be damned. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
That's all right.
Preston, we're coming to you. Number 4. Who you got?
Number 4, I've got Ohio State and Notre Dame. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup also. I think that's going to be if Notre Dame is forced into joining a conference, do they join the ACC, the SEC, the Big 12, Pac-12 if it's still alive, or do they choose the Big 10? And I think it's going to be a very entailing matchup. Both teams know each other very well. They play each other all the time. Notre Dame's got a new coach, defensive-minded, a little different from Brian Kelly, whatever his name was. I can't remember all of a sudden. I don't know who he was. I just know I know who he was. I don't know his name.
Okay, go ahead.
But I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. But I think it could be, possibly a conference game down the line. As of right now, Notre Dame has ACC ties. They've made those ties for baseball, basketball, and sometimes football. They play a heavy ACC schedule. I don't know if that means if they were forced to choose a conference that they choose the ACC, but I do think both of these teams are really good. To say that Notre Dame's not a talented team just means you either don't know football or you just want to discredit Notre Dame. I don't like Notre Dame either, but they're a brand and they do recruit really well and they recruit at some of the highest levels out there. And I think they're going to have a very good team when it comes to lining up versus somebody else. And Ohio State obviously is a perennial powerhouse, and I think they're going to be a very good team to match up with each and every week. They're not, likely to lose this matchup, but I think it's going to be a great game. I do believe it's in Notre Dame. I believe Notre Dame's got all their hard games at home this year, but it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm excited to see it.
Could be wrong.
I'll say it.
Right.
Not talented.
All right. Who? We're on what? Number 5. Number 5, Bryson.
Number 4.
No, for number 4.
We're on number
4.
Yes, sir.
Did I do my number 5? I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
we're
you
on number
did.
4. I apologize. Number 4.
Number 4, going to an SEC game, Week 6, South Carolina, Kentucky. 2 young teams that's going to be rebuilding. Kentucky's on the come up. Carolina's on the come up. I just think it's going to be a good battle in the trenches. Watch out for Kentucky this year in the East. That's all I'm saying.
Bryson, you say that every year.
And I did.
Bryson, you might as well burn all your Florida shit and go ahead and get in the blue and white.
I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. Y'all be a sleeper.
Look, Bryson needs to get him a Baylor Bear shirt or an Appalachian State Mountaineer shirt.
He needs to get one of them half, them jerseys.
Yeah. Half and half.
But you'd have to have like 4 different teams, like one here, and then 2 on the back.
And on the back, it says the number is 1, bandwagon.
Yeah. All right, Josh.
Sorry, let's stop. Go Gators, baby. Go Gators. We're all going undefeated.
I think we're all
right,
lagging a little bit, probably because the weather outside. We're good. I think everybody's like it's not just one person. It's everybody's like freezing a little bit, but we're good. Josh, go ahead and go to number 5.
Red River Rivalry.
4, excuse me.
Red River Rivalry. Say it 3 times real fast.
No, I probably can't.
Texas and Oklahoma, man. We're going to see what Oklahoma can do without their coach who left for USC in a little snaky little way. The new quarterback they got out there. We're just going to see what Oklahoma can do, see if Texas is back, and we'll see.
Hell no.
Crazy. I don't have a USC game on here. I should have thought about that. I forgot the coach left, or the Oklahoma coach went there. What were you about to say, Bryce?
I'm just saying, hell no, they ain't back. And you know what I'm fucking sick and tired of? Every fucking year, USC makes the top fucking 15 every single year. And I damn, by week 5, they're out that son of a bitch. Every year. That shit pisses me off. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
They'll
be
he's not wrong.
top 10.
That's very true. They always are. I mean, but
It's ridiculous.
I remember they used to put them at like number 4 every year, number 1 through 5. They were one of those, and they never even stayed in the top 25 the whole year.
I mean, hell, you put damn fucking Strong Thurman up there. Shit.
Hate to tell you, ain't got Reggie Bush no more.
Hey, I hate to break
Matt
it to you, but Lindell White was better than Reggie Bush.
Hey, watch him. So the defensive lineman this year's gonna be fucking crazy.
Relationship to talks with football.
What is he doing now? Then he comes in.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and get to my number 4 while we're here. Number 4, I got one of the games Josh had. I got week 1. Week 1's got a lot of good games. Cincinnati, I got them on here again at Arkansas. I think that should be a great game too. I think it should be a pretty. I'm not sure how good Cincinnati's going to be this year, but should be a pretty even matchup, I guess you should say. So yeah, I'm going with that game. I mean, Arkansas is upcoming. I believe they had a good year last year, and believe they should be able to have another good year. All right, let's go. We're in the top 3. Number 3, we are going to go to Preston. We'll go to you.
Number 3, I got the game. Everybody's probably got it. They're number 1. You'd be crazy if you're not, but I'm just not going to be a homer. You got Clemson Notre Dame. Clemson travels to Notre Dame.
It's not even on my list. I have to figure out who I want to win that game because I don't like either one. I'm probably picking Clemson.
Well,
that I want to win.
the last time Clemson played at Notre Dame, DJ showed us who we thought he was going to be. Threw for 500 yards. Okay, he was touchdown Jesus in touchdown Jesus. I mean, I think it's going to be a great game.
You make me want to fucking root for that.
Pick against us. Pick against us. It's not going to matter. Clemson's going to win.
I don't know who I want to root for, but anyway.
But no, it's going to be a great matchup. Notre Dame and Clemson always plays a great game. Unless Clemson blows them out, which I hope they do. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. I'm excited about it. I'm actually planning on driving to Indiana to see this game in person and experience all these Catholic-loving football fans. So.
Not that nice. I've been there, Indiana. Anyway, Bryson, go ahead. Number 3.
I tell you what, you'd probably be wasting your money.
I mean, it's going to be a good game. I just don't like either team.
Josh said it earlier. Josh, are you here?
You got to keep the camera still. Yeah, you got to keep the camera still. You're moving your camera, Bryce. Go for it. Who you got number 3?
Well, I didn't know Josh is here. He looked
Josh
crazy.
is here. You're the one who's
number
moving
3.
around. Josh is just fine. It's you right now, but go ahead.
All right, for my number 3, I got my Baylor Bears in Texas. All I got to say is, fuck them. Texas is not back. Texas will never be back. Baylor is going to whoop that ass. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, they're getting Archie Manning.
Mark my word.
They're going to get Archie Manning.
I'm telling you, he's going to flip. He's flipping. He ain't going to Texas. He's flipping. He's going to Georgia. I guarantee it.
All right, Josh. Who you got, number 3? If you want any comments you want to say.
Yeah, I do want to say Arch Manning is a 5-star recruit because of his last name.
Agreed.
I mean, he plays in a 2A high school in Louisiana, goes to the playoff game, and goes like 6 of 27 for 64 yards and 1 rushing touchdowns and 3 interceptions in a playoff game. Tell me,
is it a private school?
Yeah,
is it a private school?
Yeah, it is. Tell me one 5-star quarterback that has done that at a championship game. He'd probably be a 4-star if it wasn't for his last name. But yeah, he'll stay at Texas, and Texas will be back. I don't know if they'll be back with Arch Manning or not, but they will be back. But for number
Georgia
3, I have
if he's that bad. But go ahead.
Notre Dame at Ohio State. That game is week 1, I believe, and I'm just wanting to see, what Notre Dame's about. I know what Ohio State's going to be about. They have a Heisman candidate quarterback. They got hella receivers. They got a running back, Henderson, who I think is a dark horse for the Heisman Trophy. I mean, Ohio State's going to be the real deal this year.
Ohio State going to be the real deal. All right. What was I about to say? Can't remember. Anyway, my number 3, I got Alabama at Texas, week 2. This matchup don't happen very often, right? I don't think. I remember
No.
wasn't it Alabama and Texas when they had Colt McCoy?
Yep.
I remember that
National
game.
championship.
Colt McCoy got injured.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that game very vividly, and I think I was rooting for Texas. I can't remember, but I don't know. I've always had these guys hate Texas, but I don't mind Texas. I don't know. That's one of my teams I don't mind as much. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind Texas. I like seeing Texas win every now and then. Would love to see Texas beat Alabama, but I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. But yeah, that's who I'm going with. Let's go to the next game. We got number 2, Preston. Who you got at number 2?
I got Ohio State and Michigan. I think I got it in the game. I mean, I've always loved watching this game. The teams are going to be very evenly matched this year. Ohio State's looking for revenge. They believe that was their game to lose last year. Michigan just took it to them, and I think it's going to. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't look at it wrong, it's in Michigan. So it's going to be an uphill battle the entire – it's not?
Looked at it wrong again.
Yeah, it's at Ohio State.
Damn you, ESPN. But, yeah, no, it's the Week 13 matchup, the rivalry game between the two of them. So I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a great game, and wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see every little trick in the book be turned out that one.
All right, Bryce, who you got? Number 2.
Josh, I want you to tell them boys down there in Bama, put it on Texas, son. I want 72-0. Bama, I cannot wait. I only put that number 2 because I fucking hate Texas. Fuck them. They're never, like I said, never going to be back. I could not wait. Tell them boys to tear that ass up one time for me.
I mean, hold on. We're talking about that. What's
and all
your
I gotta
guys'
say is roll motherfucking tide.
What's your guys' thoughts on the 12 o'clock game? I mean, not just that game in general, but do you guys like 12 o'clock games, or
especially not for a big matchup? That's terrible.
Hey, the Big 10, the Big 12, that's what they do. The Big 10, Ohio State and Michigan has always played at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, you're right.
It's ridiculous. Now, Ohio State and Notre Dame, I think that'll be a primetime game. Yeah. But yeah, the big noon kickoff that Fox does is ridiculous.
Yeah. Josh, go ahead and go to your number 2.
All right. I also have Michigan at Ohio State. I think Ohio State does have a chip on their shoulder from last year's game. We're going to see what Michigan can do if they can win back-to-back against Ohio State. Hasn't happened in a long, long time. Ohio State, I suspect that they'll put up a lot of points against Michigan and try to prove a point before going into the Big Ten championship game.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to go – the last 2 games I have we've already mentioned, but I'm going to talk a little bit. Oregon, Georgia, week number 1. I mean, first of all, speaking of week number 1, we're going to have some tough – it's going to be a tough pick'em week, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a good pick'em week. But, yeah, game don't happen very often. That will never happens. Anyway, I don't think Oregon's that good, to be honest with you, but maybe Oregon surprises. I mean, they were good in the past. I'm not sure, how good Georgia's going to be this year, but I trust the coach to, have players ready. And we got some, we still got some players, but I don't know. I'm worried. I was worried last year, but we ended up national champions. So you never know. But yeah, I'm excited for that game, especially it being week number 1. And good to see Georgia-Oregon, not a game we don't see very often. All right, number 1, I think a lot of us are going to agree here the way the cards are falling, but we'll go ahead and let Preston go first since I think he's got a different one. Preston, who you got, number 1?
Number 1, I've got my Texas A&M and Alabama matchup. I think with everything that's happened in the offseason, everything that's been said, the 2 physical teams, very tough, built teams. I don't see how you don't just call out of work, don't go to church, whatever you do on Saturday. This is what you pay attention to. This is going to be 4 hours and maybe even 4.5 hours. Maybe we get a little extra, but I don't think so. I think what was happening in the comments and everything like that, I think Alabama's going to drag them.
Yeah,
and I'm so excited for it. But I think it's going to be for the first 15, 20 minutes. I think both Nick and Jimbo are going to have these boys hitting. And I'm talking about hitting. Like concussion hitting, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see. It might be a battle of attrition. Like it might be like who's healthy by the second quarter. So I mean, it's going to be exciting.
Gotcha. What time is this game? Does anybody know?
It'll be 3:30 kickoff.
3:30. Okay.
God.
Bryson, what you got number one? Same thing or what?
Same thing. I'm wearing my Bama shirt that day, son. I want Saban to tear
Oh, he needs to
Jimbo's
go ahead
ass
and put
up.
that. He's going to have to put Alabama on his arm, too.
I'm telling you, I cannot wait. Jimbo talked all that, all that mess.
Yeah,
Saban was
you got to get the
speaking
tattoo.
truth. Saban was speaking the truth. I mean, like I said, I feel bad. I'm calling right now. It's going to be the revenge tour for Alabama. I feel bad for every team that's come to there. God bless them. God bless them. And I
Florida might
cannot
beat 'em.
wait. Shit. But like I was saying, my favorite thing is about this whole game is at the end of the game when they meet face to face.
Do you think they
Somebody
meet?
somebody might throw a little 1-2 combo.
Do you
Stunner. Somebody's going to give him the Stone Cold Stunner. Josh, go ahead. You look like you want to talk.
Yeah. If and when Alabama steamrolls Texas A&M and Tuscaloosa, Jimbo Fisher's going to walk off the field unless he, publicly apologizes to Nick Saban, as Nick Saban did to Texas A&M. He did not apologize to Jimbo Fisher because he didn't call out Jimbo Fisher. He called out Texas A&M, and he was at an event speaking to his boosters. He was giving the hint to his boosters, hey, y'all are going to have to start forking over some money if you're wanting to get these big-time recruits. And that was what he was hinting at, And Jim, like I said, Jimbo took it too far, and that is my number one game. It'll be the most watched college football game all year because of that off-the-field stuff that's been going on. If both teams are healthy, 100%, yeah, I don't see Texas A&M having a chance. I think Alabama pulls out all the tricks. Nick Saban has always let his foot off the gas in the games. If he's up by 3 or 4 touchdowns, you'll see the third and fourth string in there in the fourth quarter. I don't think he lets off the gas at all in this game. If he gets up big, he lets them go. And don't be surprised by Alabama's backup quarterback.
Question. I got a question. You said this is definitely going to be the most watched game of college football season. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't care who Clemson plays week 6. I don't care. Unless it's like Florida State, team I hate. I will 100% be watching this game. I do not care. It's going to be on the big TV. And I will not be at work that day. I will 100% request off for this matchup.
Clemson ain't playing at 3:30, I hate to tell you.
No, they're not. But sometimes if they play a bad team, they might play at noon.
You got to get yourself 3 TVs like I do.
Is there a
That way you don't miss no
chance?
game.
Is there a chance that the media builds this game?
Josh.
If Jimbo doesn't apologize, is there a chance the media builds this up to be a bigger thing than it is? It's already big, but can the media build it up to be bigger and maybe make this the biggest college football game in history of college football?
If they're both undefeated on October 9th, it'll be number 1
God,
versus
please.
number 2.
please. Well, I mean, they won't be 1 and 2 because Clemson will be 1, so it'll be like 2 Alabama, 3 Texas A&M.
Jesus
But they can be top 3.
Look, I'll tell you, Texas A&M last year prepared for Alabama for 3 weeks, and they lost 2 games, 1 to Arkansas, 1 to Ole Miss. If Jimbo gets caught doing that again and loses 2 games, I don't care what his personal vendetta is against Nick Saban. The boosters at Texas A&M, if he doesn't produce this year or next year, he'll be gone. He'll be gone, and they'll be Texas 8-4. If they finish 8-4 again this year, especially with that recruiting class that they just signed, with all those 5 stars, we're going to see how well he can coach them up. But I don't see their offensive line holding Alabama back in that game, man. Alabama, they're going to have to pull out some tricks, man. Texas A&M is.
Bryson, were you trying to say something, or what were you doing?
No, peace
okay.
out. I mean, yeah, they're going to be gone. Hell, I mean, you're buying everybody. It's like damn NFL. I mean, shit, son. You should go on damn defeated. One
I mean, come on. A lot of teams are buying players.
Yeah, but the problem is that these players, they get promised this NIL money, and if they don't get it, and they get there and get beat out, and they don't get that money, they're going to be transferring out. It's going to be a big ordeal, man. And Texas A&M is going about it the wrong way, and I'm sure a lot of schools are. Miami being one of them as well.
Gotcha. Well, I also, I'm not going to talk about it really, but I had everybody, I think, in their mama's got number 1, Alabama, Texas A&M. If you don't, you're just wrong. So, I'm not going to talk about it no more, but I think we had a good show. Good idea we had. Maybe we'll do something in the future. Maybe we'll rank our top 10 college football players to watch. Maybe we can do that in a couple weeks if anybody's interested. Our top 10, college football players, something like that. Something we can keep going, up to the season coming up. Because we're probably not going to be doing no NFL shows, till later on in the season. Maybe we'll do something. I know we're going to try to do a fantasy football show, which my brother will come on, and possibly Josh. We'll see on Sundays. But yeah, good show. Anybody else want to say anything? Hop in, say anything before we head out? I know everybody's got to work in the morning, so
Can I have the last word?
go for it. Well,
No,
Josh
I'll let him
Josh
go.
is going to have the last word. Okay, whoever wants to talk, go.
Okay, I just want to say, Preston, I'm so excited. We got Trevor's Etienne's little brother. He came to us. I cannot wait. I hope he plays like his brother. Hell, I hope he's better. Trevor. Whatever the hell his first name is. Thank you,
Travis.
I love watching my Clemson now. His guy's little brother. I cannot wait. I hope they play the same. Hell, I hope he plays better. I love that pickup. That's probably my favorite recruit we got this year. So I'm very excited about that.
Somebody else had something to say.
Fuck Texas.
Josh, Preston, what do you want to say?
Josh, I want you to go first or no? I don't.
We got some really pansy matchups actually week 1A. It's August the 27th. So it's like 39 days till toe meets leather for college football.
Hey, we're actually pretty soon.
Yeah, a little over a month.
We might do a show next week. We'll see how everybody's schedule is. If we could do something, maybe I can wrap up something. We can start doing it every week again.
I'll be out of town.
All right, out of town. Maybe we'll do it every 2 weeks, and maybe we'll skip a week and then go back and then start doing it every week. We'll see. We'll see how it works. If not, I kind of like having it, the four of us right here. It was kind of good, Preston, being able to do it on mine. That was pretty cool. I kind of like the 4 box. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it looks a little bit better to me. We'll see. Preston, what do you want to say?
I just wanted to say we're about to see some historic stuff when it goes down. You know what? I'm going to root for my team no matter what. Bryson is not very he doesn't think his team's going to do that well, and they very well might not be that good, okay? But I'll tell you what. The team that's going to be 15-0 again this year, second time in their history, is going to be those boys down.
Hold on, time out. So they might be undefeated in the regular season because they play one good game.
NC State, Notre Dame, Louisville, Florida State, South Carolina.
Louisville. Get the hell out of here. Don't mention Louisville and Florida.
I'm not to go home.
Florida State hasn't been good since they had old crab legs, who's on the Saints now, who's about to have a breakout year this year and be throwing to Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. We don't want to get there. He's gonna be running for MVP this year. Anyways. But they hadn't have a good team since they had him. So, anyways, hey, Florida LSU, that's an honorable mention for a game too. Florida LSU, actually, even though they're both bad.
That's called the Shoe Bowl.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The Shoe Bowl. Let's throw a cleat across the field.
Yeah, Marco Wilson, just throw a fucking cleat down and calls the damn game.
I didn't mean Florida LSU. I meant Florida State LSU. I was wondering what you guys talking about.
Oh yeah, that's going to be
an
game,
honorable mention. There were some honorable mentions. We didn't mention much honorable mentions, but that's one honorable mention. I had a few others, but anyways, let's go ahead and head out because everybody's got to go to work and stuff. But appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back either a couple weeks, next week, something like that. Peace.
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 Oh, motherfucking time.